Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for, this is actually your October bonus reading. We're going to do a love reading for the rest of 2022. We're going to see what's coming in for you for love. So in your first row, we're going to look at your general energies in love, just in general. Then we're going to look at their current feelings for you. So whoever's coming in for you, we're going to look at their current feelings. Doesn't matter if it's past, present, future, whatever. Next, we're going to look at who is coming in for you in this last row, or second to last row, I should say, right here. And this looks good. Look at this, love, fulfillment. And at the end, we're going to look at anything unexpected that could be coming in for you in love right here. So that's that, Gemini. We are going to pull 3 yes/no questions at the end as well. You start off with this wallflower card. It says limited potential, shy, withholding. So again, get out in public. You have the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is my card of meeting someone through socializing. So if you are staying home, then you're not going to find love clearly with this energy. So I feel like you need to get out there and kind of like show your true personality or show a person your true personality. Could be a Leo coming in for some of you. You start off with a Strength card. Could be any sign. Could be Sagittarius as well. Sagittarius has been like in everybody's reading as well. So Sag could just be like out there looking for love. Although I'm pretty sure Sagittarius is like the bachelor sign anyway. But you know, again, it could be any sign, of course. You start off with the Strength card, the Lovers, and the 8 of Wands. Someone wants to talk. Look at this. It's almost like look at this. It's like this lady is almost having to pull words out of this lion's mouth. You know, I always say she has her hands in a lion's mouth, but it's almost as if I'm seeing this as someone wanting to talk, or maybe you are trying to get someone to talk, and it's like you're trying to pull words out of a person's mouth, or it could be them trying to get you to talk to them, right? So that's definitely popping into my head. Your next card in your next row, you have this Fear card. And so some of you might have a fear that someone has boundaries up or is blocked up. I don't know, maybe you blocked a person or they blocked you or something. You have the 7 of Wands here. And so it's like there's fears of communication, but I feel like there needs to be communication for some of you. Again, take it how it resonates. For most of you, I feel like this is brand new love. You show up in a very strong position, so I don't know why this person would block you unless you're stalking them, right? But what I would say is that, again, maybe you're just trying to get someone to notice you. And I feel like that wallflower card is like saying you need to get out in public, or you need to open your own mouth, right, and talk to this person or something. Something needs to happen. I feel like the wheels need to be greased in this situation, but there definitely needs to be communication with that Lovers card. You have the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is actually quick movement and quick success. So I feel like there will be quick success here once someone opens up. Again, I'm not exactly clear on this situation, so obviously we're going to keep digging into it and we're going to see what comes up. But I feel like there needs to be more communication. I feel there needs to be more movement, more attention, obviously, like all of those things. And that's kind of what I feel is going on here. With the Strength card, you have this Versatility card. Again, maybe the way you're approaching this person or vice versa, maybe the way that they're approaching you needs to change. The Versatility card is about doing things differently. This is the Sun in Gemini. Again, it's your card. You show up twice in this reading so far, and you're showing up in the first row, which is like a very powerful position that puts you in a position of power and strength. So I feel like there's a lot of power for you here. With the Lovers, you have the Choices card. So clearly there's a choice for you to make in love. And I feel like we all have choices. Maybe that's what we need to realize. But I feel like we all have choices in love. And I kind of feel like this is saying pick the new path or move towards the new person if you're kind of dealing with a past person. Lovers very specifically is meant to represent new love. So I feel there's new love, you know, that you could be moving towards. With the 8 of Wands, you have this Concentration card. You know, some of you could be dealing with a person, if you are dealing with a person who is closed off, who isn't opening up right away, you know, you could be dealing with a person who's very deep in work. I kind of do feel that here. Or you could be dealing with a person who just isn't communicating openly at this moment. But I do feel like that could change in the future. Next, in the area of their current feelings for you, they have this Fear card. I do feel some of you could be dealing with a person, though. I feel like you're dealing with someone right now, or you know, have been with a person, or whatever you want to call it. And I feel there are a lot of fears. You have the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is kind of like a card of putting up boundaries, drawing a line in the sand. You have the 3 of Wands, like waiting for the perfect moment, when there never will be a perfect moment to do something. And you have the 9 of Pentacles. Some of you could be dealing with a person, or it could be you, that's choosing to be single. or is not opening up at this time. And we'll see, obviously, if this is going to change. You do have the Ace of Cups here. If you're dealing with a situation, I mean, this person could eventually make an offer. But again, should we wait for people? I don't think so, right? There are, 10 billion people on this planet, practically, almost, at this point. It's like there are plenty of people who aren't going to make us wait, who aren't going to play games and, all that other stuff. But I do feel some fears here. Again, if this is a new person, I just feel they could have some just regular old fears about love. Maybe they're a little bit shy with this Wallflower card. You have the Seven of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles here. Again, I do feel some of you have dealt with a situation with a person putting up some boundaries. It could have been you. Take it how it resonates. Could have been them. But I do feel some of you are thinking of a person, or you drew a line in the sand and they're thinking about you, because you have the Six of Cups next, and you also have the King of Swords right next to it. Very cold energy off the King of Swords. So you could be dealing with like a left out in the cold type situation here. The Three of Wands is kind of like, wait, what are you waiting for? Three of Wands is like waiting for the perfect moment where there never will be a perfect moment. I've had like a lot of questions in the past where people will ask me like, should I reach out to my ex? I'm afraid of looking I'm afraid to embarrass myself, basically. I'm afraid to look like an idiot for reaching out to them because I feel like I'm feeling them or something like that. And I always tell people, it's like, who cares what anyone thinks, number one. But number two, here's the funny thing is like, if you feel like you should reach out to an ex or something, just do it, right? Because at least then you'll get an answer. And maybe you feel kind of stupid after, but number one, who cares, right? You'll be fine. And number two, at least you get an answer. Like, trust me, you'll feel so much better after you do it, regardless of the answer, right? Whether it's positive or negative, at least you'll have an answer. At least your brain will stop spinning. At least you won't be on that like hamster wheel, like thinking like, what are they thinking about me? Do they want to talk to me? Or, should I go back to them or whatever? It's like, just put it out there so that you can either end it or move on, right? And then at least you'll know. And I kind of get that feeling for some of you there. You have the Nine of Pentacles, something about independence here. So again, for some of you, you could be dealing with a person who just wants to be independent. And again, that's obviously a difficult person to be in a relationship with in this form. Intuitively, I feel that some of you could be dealing with a past person who just wants to be alone. So, if you're dealing with a person like that, then there's nothing you can do. I also do feel that you could be attracting a person who is positively independent, meaning they truly can take care of themselves and they don't need someone, but they want a companion. So, I kind of feel this reading is talking about a choice that you have between a person who doesn't want a companion and a person who is independent but does want a companion. With the Seven of Wands, you have this eccentricity card. Pretty much everyone's had this card. Like I've said, in the 2022 readings that I did at the beginning of the year, pretty much every single person had the Two of Cups. The two people on the Two of Cups are meant to look very different. And I was saying in the 2022 readings to like everyone, and I know I probably said it to you, that we could be attracting a person who's different than our usual type, just based off those readings. And again, this eccentricity card, I feel like it's kind of saying that we could be just attracting a person who is different than our usual type. I also feel like you could be attracting a new person where there's like something different in the way that you communicate is what I'm getting here. So I would just like make sure to have open communication. It's almost popping into my head as like love languages, but I'm not talking about like the love languages. I'm just talking about more like how you communicate with each other, or, something like that is popping into my head. It could be a little bit different. And I feel like communication though would be, kind of help this. With the Three of Wands, you have this devotion card. Love it. This is a new person. I feel like there is a person coming in for you who is very devoted to you. And this here is Saturn in Libra. So I feel like this person is willing to put in the work. I feel like they're willing to make something happen. The whole Libra energy, the whole point of it is equal give and take, is cause and effect, meaning you put energy in, you get energy back. And I feel that's maybe what you're waiting for, is a person who does that. You even have this like Libra scales looking person right next to it here on this choice card. So again, the choice card is telling me that you have a choice, obviously, and it's showing up there in the middle. And obviously I would pick the person who invests, right? With the Nine of Pentacles, you have this detachment card. There's an energy of a person who is very detached in your life, I feel, for some of you. It could be a past person. It's like, I feel like they want to be alone, but their energy is still there. Maybe you need to do some like cord cutting. Maybe you need to do some sort of, moon ritual. We have the eclipse coming up at the end of the month, right? So of the end of October, we're entering into like eclipse season. So I'm not up on all the, cord cutting rituals and things like that. I don't even bother. But what I would say here is if some of you might need that, because again, this person's, they could be like in your energy and they're like not leaving, but they're also not willing to be in a relationship. So it's like, we can't really do anything about people who are like that other than to remove them from our energy field. So you might want to like do some Googling here and figure out like cord cutting or, energy removal or something like that. And again, this is something you do for free. I don't think you have to pay someone online to do it. Just, do a little ritual or something like that. Next, in the area of who's coming towards you, you have this crown card. It says success and pride. You could be attracting a very successful person. It's kind of funny because almost every single person has had readings of attracting someone who is successful. And, that kind of makes sense to me because, really, I blame Uranus and Taurus. I think Uranus and Taurus kind of has come in here. And, it's going to be there until like the end of 2025, but it's kind of like cutting out the crap. But Uranus and Taurus values certain quality as well. So I feel we're all going to be much more attracted to people of quality, people of high quality as well. And I feel that's what you're kind of attracting here, is something of high quality. You have the Six of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. For like a very small percentage of you, I do feel you could be attracting a person who you have history with. I would say that there's always been love here. So again, if this was a toxic connection, then this story is not for you. But if you were with a person and it just didn't work out for whatever reason, and there's always been love there, then I feel like there could be a person coming back. I don't really feel it's coming back either. I don't think you necessarily ever lost touch with this person or anything like that. Maybe you don't talk to them all the time, but maybe you still talk to this person. There's still love there. That's going to be for like a small percentage of you. For others, I just feel like your soulmate is coming in here. I'm getting something about the word delicate is popping into my head, but it's almost like you don't want to break this person or they don't want to break you. I would just I almost feel like you're handling this with too much care. And I'm not saying we should be careless, of course, in relationships. But what I am saying is, if you're doing things to make sure that you don't ruin the relationship, it's like you could be being too careful. And I feel like that is creating like negative energy or something like that. So I feel like it's saying like it's okay to be normal around this person. I don't know. I have like weird stuff popping into my head with the Six of Cups. So there you go. You have the Ace of Cups, which is like your emotions overflowing. A lot of happiness coming in for you, I feel, on this Ace of Cups. Definitely like your emotions overflowing. Happiness, true love offer coming in here from this person. Again, whether it's past person, new person, doesn't matter. Six of Cups is a soulmate. Ace of Cups, true love, obviously. And you have the Nine of Cups. If you do not have love in your life, even if you do have love in your life, Nine of Cups says you need to soak up an energy. I always say that this guy here, he's meant to look chubby. He's meant to look like a person who has had a feast, and he is about to have a feast again. The reason is because he's had one before. So I always say the trick with the Nine of Cups is that you have to be in an energy of what you want before you can have it. So it's almost like people always say, well, I've never had true love, so how do I have true love? I'm like, go love a dog, go love a cat, go love nature. It's just about being in the energy. So whatever you want, I feel like you need to stay in the energy. The other thing I would say is if you're in a relationship or if you're about to get into one, make sure that you keep the energy where you want it, right? I think that a lot of us are just super bad at working on relationships. Relationships are work. We have to make sure to keep the romance alive. We don't just magically, meet a person and then the romance stays alive, right? So what I would say here is that make sure to keep the energy at a certain level with that Nine of Cups. You want to bathe in the energy of love, right? With the Six of Cups, you have this egotism card here. I would be careful of anyone who has like a big ego, is what I would say here. I am getting fire sign. So some of you could have been dealing with a fire sign in the past who has a big ego. I would definitely be very careful of that with this energy for sure. That could be someone who's like inserting themselves into new situations. With the Ace of Cups, you have this ostentation card. Again, this is another card of showing off. I would definitely be careful of show off energy, especially for those of you that have a choice. It's like one person could be ego, show off, the other person might not be. Here's the other thing. You have that crown card. So it's like you might be choosing between two people who are both show offs, and it's like who can back it up with their words. There's a difference between showing off and being cocky, showing off being cocky and also being able to back it up. I believe if you got it, flaunt it, right? So I believe that if a person can back up what they're showing off, basically, then maybe they've earned it. So you're gonna have to be the judge of who is real, who is fake, and I kind of get that here. With the Nine of Cups, you have this flattery card. I kind of feel like you are meeting a person where you really see eye to eye. I don't really feel anything about flattery here. I mean, maybe you're flattered when you meet this person, or maybe you're flattered that this person is interested in you, but that's not really what I'm getting here. I'm getting more of like an eye to eye thing where you're meeting a person where you're kind of on the same page. And I definitely feel something about work on that Nine of Cups, as in you both want to put in the work to make the relationship work. So that's good, because that's hard to find nowadays, right? Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this carrot card. It says opportunity and windfall. Love it. And you have this unicorn. You could be meeting a person who's like your unicorn. It says use your intuition to make beneficial changes. So I feel like you could be meeting a person who's very special. Again, you have that crown card. So that really tells me you could be meeting someone who's very enlightened, could be someone who's very successful. I am getting, like I said, with Uranus Taurus, wouldn't surprise me that that pretty much everyone is looking to attract someone of quality, whatever that word means to you. So that makes perfect sense. You have the King of Swords, the Temperance card, and the Page of Swords. For some of you, again, I do feel that you could be a little bit surprised at someone who is interested in you. And I kind of feel this in a good way. Like maybe you find out someone has had their eye on you and you're just surprised that this type of person is interested in you, whoever this person is. I feel like it's the King of Swords. I feel like the Page of Swords is just saying that they've been like a little bit of a secret admirer. So I feel like for some of you, you have a little bit of a secret admirer in your life. You have the Temperance card. I feel like there's some sort of change that is going to need to happen at this time to be with a person. I don't know. I have a million changes popping into my head. For some of you, I feel like you could be meeting a person who is just like super freaking busy. So, the change might be like changing your schedule. For some of you, you could be meeting a person where it's like maybe you thought you were going to go like have a career, but this person, again, maybe they make more than enough money, clearly, based off of some of these cards. You don't need to work, and maybe they want to have a family. So that it's like there's some changes that would need to happen. I don't know, take it how it resonates, but there's some sort of change that needs to happen. It could be surprising because, I feel like this person, I feel like this is the person right here, and I feel like it kind of like takes you in a direction that you didn't think you would go in. Is it like mind-blowingly unexpected? I would say probably not. I just think you're saying, I didn't think I would want this in my life, but you actually do. So kind of a good thing. Some of you, maybe you didn't really think you wanted a family or anything like that, but maybe you meet this person and you're like, you know what? Yes, I do want a family with this person. So I kind of just feel like kind of like a little bit of a change. I do feel like you could be attracting someone very mature. Again, as I've said, based off the astrology, I think it's impossible for anyone to even put up this much with like an immature person right now, just based off the astrology. I think we're all just cutting out the crap, plain and simple. So it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to. I don't think it's another air sign. I mean, first, obviously, take it how it resonates. I really feel that we could, pretty much we could attract any sign, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't really feel air. I feel more fire here than anything, so you could be attracting a fire sign. Let's clarify. With the King of Swords, you have the health card. I would definitely watch your health and stay healthy at this time. Again, if you want to attract a quality experience, you have to, also be in the energy of quality, right? So, some of you could be focusing on your health with this energy. You could also be attracting like a doctor or someone who's in the medical field with that energy. With the Temperance card, you have this friendship card. Again, you could be finding out that like a friend or someone that you've known for a while is interested in you. Like we already said, I feel like you would be interested in them as well. So go for it. And with the Page of Swords, you have the Secrets card. Again, secret admirer. I literally said that on the Page of Swords. I don't think this person has secrets. I feel the secret is that they admire you. So some of you have a person in your life who is clearly interested in you. And I feel like this could be like a friend or someone you work with or something like that. But I feel like it is going to be revealed based off of the cards here. We're going to pull 3 yes, no, maybe cards now, Gemini. So 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions. 1, 2, 3. For question number 1, I would say no, 5 of Wands. Like too much conflict and competition here. 5 of Wands is a card of learning though, so I am getting like I would make sure to learn about or think about whatever you're asking about. Like I feel like there's a lesson in what you're asking about. I don't know how else to say that. For question number 2, I'd say yes. I feel like you're moving on to calmer shores. Definitely some major improvements coming in here as well. And for question number 3, I would say yes, but I feel like you need to put yourself out there more with this card, and I feel like something needs to be revealed here as well. Again, this could be you. You could be the secret admirer, and you could be asking about that on question number 3, and this could say that you need to reveal yourself. So I definitely feel that. But and again, you have that wallflower card which says shy, withholding. So I definitely feel there's kind of like a secretive energy here. Is it like a bad secret? No. I feel it's more a secret admirer, or that you're interested in someone. I would just let it out. I feel like this person's definitely, surprisingly, going to be interested in you as well, maybe. So, and not maybe, is. Plain and simple. So there you go, Gemini. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.